welcome back to Fractures of Reality. As mentioned last week, this will be a fairly short episode. Not too much is going to be going on, and this will be the last session before we take a big December break. With that said, someone forgot to put music on. I wonder who that was.
Oh no.
There we go. Alright. So, what do you guys want to do?
Okay, well, Takeda is going to attempt to clean up as much of this blood as possible using prestidigitation.
Clean it up.
Okay. It probably takes her like an hour.
With prestidigitation, I'd say it'd maybe take you 15 minutes.
Yeah, it takes one action to cast, so yeah.
Clara helps.
Thank you.
But yeah.
So, I want to bring everybody in for this, if that's okay.
So you call everyone over?
Yeah. Including Charlotte, if she's still underground in the cellar.
Knock on the door.
There's a gigantic crater over there, isn't there?
Yep.
All imploded.
Neku?
Hmm?
Cicadas approached you.
Okay. Hey. So.
Hey, I just wanted to have like a short discussion about what we're gonna do next with everybody, if that's okay.
I thought we want to go to the fire.
Yeah, but I just want to make sure that everybody here is on the same page.
Alright. Charlotte just shrugged down the hole.
Okay. So, with everybody here, we have, to recap, we have one last stone left that we need to find, which is the Stone of Divination. Which is being held by the serpent to the south, who it happens to be the pet of a god.
Oh, great! That thing belongs to a god. I thought we had enough. I thought we had enough of. I thought we had. I thought we had all we needed to deal with from the Phoenix the other day.
Yeah,
So
well,
does
I'm assuming that it's a god. Alar spoke of them.
does this mean that all the gods have giant dangerous pets?
Jezebel smirks at Clora.
Kata just shrugs.
Every dragon ever.
But can dragons even be pets?
I suppose that depends on how you define a pet.
Well, speaking, dear, I belong to a god. Does that make me a pet?
I don't think so.
The kitsune.
But,
The kitsune used to were creations of the gods, but we have never once we were never ever once called or ever considered ourselves their pets.
I'm joking, dear. Take a joke, jeez.
yeah, the last one left is the Stone of Divination, which, from my understanding, it allows the wielder to be omnipresent, can see everything.
Which is the kind of power I'd expect anyone would want.
Eh, especially when the, I guess, fins of a giant serpent. Meaning, I'm going to assume one of two things is going to happen. Either it's going to relinquish the stone willingly, with assistance from Alar's friend, or it's going to be stubborn and try to kill us over it. It knows we're coming. That much is certain.
And then if it doesn't wish to relinquish it, more than likely it's going to be the latter.
Hmm.
And then we're gonna have a pissed off god to deal with.
Yeah.
Do we know which god?
It's a leviathan, isn't it? It's got to belong to Sashala.
Most likely. Yeah. So
Jezebel kind of taps her chin. Technically speaking, I know that Lady Alar and some of the other gods, probably including my father, knows that certain god. We could try to ask them for help, but knowing how busy they've been, I really doubt they'd be able to have the time.
well, I already contacted Alar about it, and she said she talked to him. So, but from the sound of it, from their conversation that I only got half of, we're probably going to have to work for it.
Of course we are.
So we're gonna need to prepare.
Do we at least know what they want?
Not to my knowledge, no. I mean, I could do like another divination and call Sashala's about it. But that's gonna cost me. I don't have the components for Shashala's in particular.
I don't think any of
Hmm.
us do.
We could try searching for it, but that would take more time.
There's a consider. If we kill one of Sashalas's pet, would it anger him? Would it anger his followers?
That's not a risk I'm willing to take.
Me neither. I want to walk away from this with as little bloodshed as possible.
And we can't very well get ourselves caught up in something as serious as a spat with the gods when we've already got one we've already got one coming to destroy us.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he's awake yet. So
You will be.
yeah. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
So, then are you recommending that we get these components for you to contact him then?
Yeah. Because I do not have a lot of money. I gave most of that away to Charlotte to fund her project. I owed her for that. So,
How much do you need?
thanks for a moment. Doing math. About just 25 gold pieces. Wait, I still have all of these gems that are worth 13 gold each.
Wait, how much was it?
25.
Ah, Jezebel scoffs. She goes, "That's it, dear. I got you."
Well, I also have all these gems that I got from the Wild Magic Surge incident. So I could sell those.
Oh, just keep them there. I got you. I got plenty of guild to spare. To be fair, I've been wanting to actually make a quick trip to the Thieves Guild to double check on our payment for the last quest we did.
Yeah, that.
Careful, you're letting your Final Fantasy show. It's gold, not gil.
Oh, whoops.
Look.
Did I say Gil?
You did.
Whoops. My bad.
And I believe, and well, in this part of the world, at least from playing, M's gold in this region is referred to as drakes.
Okay.
It's
I was just-
shiny, it's gold colored, it costs it's worth a lot. Who cares?
I was just poking fun at Ninja. Anyway, you may continue your conversation.
So yes, while I'm there, I could ask them, unless you know where to get the components you need, I can ask them where we can retrieve some.
Would be very much appreciated. Thank you.
All right, so I guess the goal now is just to get the components and contact a god again. We are becoming very
Popular.
good acquaintances with the gods lately, haven't we?
Yeah. Especially with you
Well-
and you met Sylvester, right? Gosh.
Indeed, I have, which was not what I expected. But to be fair, she knows my father pretty well, so it was. Don't quite remember if I ever met her beforehand, but she does love her privacy, though.
All right then.
So, what are the materials you need for divination?
I need. Let me check my spells list. Hold on. Sorry. Incense and a sacrificial offering appropriate to the religion, all worth 25 gold pieces, which this one
Alright.
consumes.
Alright. So you'll have to figure that out.
Another. All right. There's another thing we need to iron out. If we're going after this gem, if it's being guarded by a leviathan, then presumably it's at the bottom of the sea. Are we equipped to travel to the bottom of the sea?
Will we need to if Sashalas helps us with it?
Do have water breathing as a spell,
There is that.
but we're probably going to need some water equipment.
Clara thinks for a moment. Actually, you might not be needing to get me water breathing.
Okay.
Because I'm an abomination, she says, smiling.
Oh. Yeah, you could just grow gills, I guess.
That reminds me, you hear movement upstairs.
The heck was that?
Anybody invite someone and not tell us?
The only person I think would be upstairs is Mom.
Just above grimaces, and she's like, "Oh no."
Or rather, her body?
Excuse me?
Yeah, Cricket did teleport her upstairs in Clara's room, if I remember correctly.
Well, don't want to, leave her at the bottom of a cliff.
Yeah. I'm not going up there, if it's all the same to you.
I've already seen it, dears. I don't need to see anything else up there. Thank you.
Oh,
I can tell. I can already tell. I don't want to. I'd rather not see it just based on the implication alone.
Neku? You're a little quiet. Is everything alright?
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking on you, cause I don't want you to think you're getting ignored or anything.
Yeah. Just don't got anything to comment on this.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Shh.
So yeah, you guys are going to figure out the materials.
Yeah. And before we set out, I do need to use up some of my spell slots to feed mittens too. So. Because we haven't done that in a while.
I have some I can give it to as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna go see what that noise was, though. I'll be
Okay.
back.
All right then.
I'll address what the noise was in a bit, cause you guys were talking about the materials, and I don't want to interrupt that.
Okay, so I
Okay.
need 25 gold pieces worth of materials. We need swimming equipment. On the off chance we are going to have to go underwater. Because I don't think a lot of us can actually swim.
Isabel grins to Ryu. Can you swim, Foxy?
I can swim. I can swim just fine. Not just. I can swim fine, just not with the armor.
About to say, because you look like you'd sink real easy in that, and she taps his armor on his chest with a grin.
Yes, we. Yes, the heavy armor. Heavy armor isn't necessarily meant to be used. Isn't necessarily meant to be used in water anyway. So
Isabel looks amused, and then she gets up from her seat. She goes, "Well, before we just start getting our feet wet, so to speak, perhaps it's best see about talking to the god first to see if maybe we have to go underwater. Maybe they'll have a way to bring his pet to us.
All right then.
But
And
it
for
doesn't hurt to prepare just in case we have to go underwater too."
Right. We'll get the divination components first. We'll call Dashala. Just to get a general idea of what to expect. Before going into this.
Alright. So, upstairs, Clara,
Mm-hmm.
you find your mum rifling through your things. She's cleaning up your room.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, dear.
You came back rather quickly?
Oh yeah, I died. Did you know that there's this thing called frostbite?
I think I've heard of that, yes.
Yeah, so it turns out frostbite kills, the fox species that I've taken the form of.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently fur can almost protect you from so much. There was really good views though.
Were you just standing on top of a mountain looking around then?
Yep.
That's how you fell, though.
Oh yeah, well, when I froze solid, I tilted and rolled right down the mountain.
Ah, okay.
I was like, you know?
Okay. I wasn't sure that. I don't think that's how frostbite works, but if that's how it works with our current species, then
Well, I mean, I wasn't frozen solid. I was just unable to move because I was too cold.
okay.
And the next thing I know, I'm tumbling down and I'm dead.
Well, at least you're not at the bottom of the cliff anymore.
Yeah, that's great. Um, Still, I'm gonna take a few days, get some rest, because dying takes it out of you a bit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm going to steal your room. Is that okay?
You are welcome to use my room.
I imagine
Thanks.
that her bed is stained with blood.
She gives you a hug and says, "Thanks, dear," and then she falls onto the bed and falls right back to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. Clara then comes back downstairs. Yeah, it's Mom. She's alive again. But apparently it's kind of taken it out of you, and she's kind of conked out.
Okay then. The more I learn about you and your species, the less I understand.
Flower sharks, I don't understand it either.
Eh. The feeling is mutual, I guess. Anyways, I'm gonna go do a little bit of shopping.
Okay.
Alright, so you guys are in Lundruck at the moment.
Yeah.
So, it's a giant city full of many shops. You can get whatever you want.
Alright, well, firstly, Jezebel needs to go to the Thieves Guild to pick up our payment from our last job that we did, which was
Yep.
the strange creatures job.
Yep, I know.
So
You did it, and the money is indeed there. They recognize you from the chicken, and they give it to you.
I also give a warning to them about being careful about what they use or what they give certain employees.
They sigh a bit and then say, "We didn't give him that."
Where did
Ah,
that giant goose even come from?
Oh, you mean the giant goose? That was our scientific project. We were trying to create a, and then he pauses and says, "Never mind. It's confidential."
Yes,
I
well,
guess I shouldn't know this information. Okay.
still, just a warning from a god herself. Shenanigans like these are fine. But if we continue to damage nature, be warned, you will have a very angry nature god on your back. Okay.
They just sigh. We knocked over a tree. A tree. Singular.
It was Phoenix that burned everything else down.
She gives a sigh and then she goes, try telling a dear aunt of mine who has a temper of that of a tempest itself.
Well,
And
tell
if
her alright when I die. Anyway, you got your money. Shoo, shoo. I've got other business to take care of. There's no one else in the building.
Alright.
Jezebel just rolls her eyes and then just walks out.
Okay.
By the way, Jezebel, the one who you were talking to, they're a new recruit of the Thieves Guild. They joined while you were here in Lundruck last time. Their name is Fred and Frederick for their full name. And from what you remember from the information you were given about them, they're a total absolute douche.
Figured. That's why Jezebel rolled her eyes. But just before she walks out, she goes, just a word from a veteran, dear. From somebody who still needs to get their feet wet. Best to take warnings like these seriously.
A veteran wouldn't get chased by a chicken.
It was a goose.
Who got fried by a giant phoenix. That
I
actually
don't see how that changes the things.
Very well, dear.
Okay.
Ears to their own. Just don't be surprised though if you get visited by somebody you're not expecting. Ah,
He just he just rolls his eyes and says, ah, "Old women."
No,
Ooh.
no. Cicada is pulling her away.
Yep. Jezebel has a dark look on her face as she contemplates going back, but
We're
you're
done.
pulling her away, are you?
Yeah.
So I thought of something better. I forgot the words and I just quickly rushed that out. But he just says, grannies."
Oh,
Same thing, but a little more. Yeah. So, what do you do now?
okay. We have the 50 gold, and we're going to the nearest magic store, or magic emporium, rather.
uh,
You mean
I wanna do something
Mercy's?
real quick.
Yeah, we're going to Mercy's.
Yes, Jezebel.
I'll say it later.
Okay. I gotta get these yawns checked. Okay. So Mercy's should be down in buildings, and there he is. Bam. Welcome. Long time no see.
Hey, Mercy.
How can I help you this fine day?
I'm going to need some divination components.
Hold on. Sorry.
For the water god Sashala.
Oh, you mean that guy? Yeah, he'll pretty much take anything as an offering. Like, he'll take fish, he'll take, like, if you leave, like, a bag of gold, he'll take that. He takes pretty much anything.
Oh, alright then. But I'm still going to need the incense, though.
Of course. And he gives you the incense.
Alright. I was also wondering if you had any kind of equipment for water traversal?
Well, we have potions of water breathing, we have rings of water breathing, and we have flippers of water breathing.
Yeah, we have plenty of water breathing, but we're going to need some movement options. The flippers are interesting.
The flippers will help you move underwater. Basically, they will allow you to move at your normal movement in water. But your attacks will still be slowed because water.
Well, it's better than nothing, I suppose. We're probably going to need it later. Um, well, we'll keep you posted on that, though. We're interested. The interest is there.
Alright. Now, if you're looking to do any underwater combat, seeing as you are adventurers, that will be a little pricier, but I can whip up something that will help you fight underwater. Though it, again, will cost.
Yeah. We will, we'll definitely keep you posted on that.
I can give you a yes. I can give you a proper quote like maybe tomorrow, cause I haven't. I'd have to actually prepare the item and do some experiments. After all, you can't make a magic item in a day unless you're me.
Okay. That is perfectly reasonable. We will come back tomorrow.
He gives you a thumbs up.
Alright. In any case, thank you for the divination components.
Oh, of course. You too, and remember, Mercy's Great Emporium is here for you.
Yay. Oh wait, I get like... Oh, I have to pay 50 gold. No wait. Future visit... Pardon me. Get a 10% discount on all purchases.
Yep.
So what's 10% of 25?
10% of 25 is, I believe it's 3. I believe it's 3 gold.
Isabel pulls out 3 gold and puts it on the table. There you are.
No wait, it
No,
minus 3 gold, so that would be like 22.
22, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Well, she pulls it down anyway.
Alright, you pay for them and you get your components.
Thank you, Mercy.
Anytime.
Alright, I'm going back.
Alright. You head back.
Now that we're back. If anyone else needs to do anything at all before I go through with this, say it now.
And I may have a plan depending on what kind of a response we get from him.
Oh?
Let's do the divination first.
Okay.
Other people do shop in that store, Clara.
Ah, okay.
I know.
Time to call Shashalans, I suppose.
Okay. So, would you click divination for me so I can read it really quick?
Okay. There.
So, yeah, you gotta ask a question.
Okay. My question is... What do we hope to expect once we arrive to the South Shore?
To the South Shore?
The South Shore.
South Shore, sorry. The response you get back is a quest. I haven't decided what quest yet, but there will be a quest.
Okay. Will it involve underwater?
Probably. I am the god of...
Okay.
I am the god of the oceans. Oh well, I was.
Oh. Okay, thank you for answering.
My job's been a lot, expanded a lot since then, but yeah. Used to be just oceans and then... Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, you finish.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. So I talked to Shashalans.
And
The most he said was we are to expect a quest, and yeah, we are probably going to be underwater.
Alright then. We'll have to figure out how to fight underwater then.
Yeah. We already talked to Mercy about it. They're coming up with some movement options for underwater traversal. And we can expect to see that tomorrow.
Oh, wonderful. Does both of the shrug and then glances over to Charlotte. Don't you have anything that could be useful, dear? Or underwater travel, anyway?
Charlotte thinks for a moment. Used to.
I mean, we can rely on dear Mercy now and then, but she gives a grin. I am curious about what you can come up with.
Don't have your expectations too high. Charlotte shrugs. I'm only limited to what I can do. I already accepted that long ago.
Gabriel kind of tilts her head. She goes, "This doesn't sound like you have a lot of confidence in yourself, dear. I mean, if it's things you need, I'd be glad to pay for it."
I just don't know if I can make anything on that level yet. I can cast water breathing, but that's about it. Movement wise, don't have the ability to.
I don't hear your usual confidence, dear. What happened to the rabbit that nearly collapsed an entire castle? Or did collapse an entire castle?
Charlotte just shrugs and looks out the window.
Well,
Does that have to do
maybe
with your
when
thing?
you...
Does that have to do with your workshop getting exploded?
No, it wasn't. That was out of my hands.
In my defense, I am sorry.
If that's a good defense, you're terrible. Charlotte just comments.
She finger guns at you and gives a nervous smile. Come on, you know you can't hate me forever.
Right, not forever. I have a lot of time on my hands.
Yeah. Raichu flinches. Emotional damage! 5,000 points! Ah! She falls to the ground with a thud. I have been defeated.
Is she okay?
No, all she knows is she can blow up stuff with her gauntlets. She can't actually make anything for water travel with those either.
Have you... but, Charlotte, you could totally do that. I mean, imagine it. Soul energy. You know, you could put... Or, you know, like, bubbles. You could make bubble pushes. To push the bubbles and push the heavy things underwater.
Soul energy is a type of energy I'm not too sure I'm fond to use.
That's fine. I was just... I'm sure you can think of something.
Pretty
Do you
sure
have
she
the
can too.
We do have a contraption that turns spell slots into soul energy. Not real souls, but you know what I mean.
And regardless, even if it's not soul energy, I know you can do it. Raichi jumps to her feet and grabs Charlotte's shoulders and says, "You're a genius after all."
Charlotte just goes silent, thinking for a moment.
I mean, I do agree, for once, with dear Raichi. Jezebel said
Yeah. See? Even a fool can be right once.
No. It would take a lot of time for me to figure out full design. I don't know if you have time.
Well, if you have time to be angry at me, you have time to figure out the full design. Eh? Eh?
You're just trying to make me not be angry at you.
Is it
Like
working?
venting out, like creating something.
Is it working?
Charlotte just glares at Raichi.
She just keeps She grins wide at that. Come on. Let's start digging the tunnel in here. That way you can. I mean, there's the entire. And then she covers her mouth and goes, I mean, I'm sure we can retrofit your room upstairs into something, right?
All right, I do have room. Forgot about that.
I mean, he's been staring at. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Continue.
No, I forgot. That's okay.
And Araichi motions towards Cricket and says, I mean, we have a perfectly good fireplace here. We can use that.
That fireplace is currently in use.
Well, yeah, but we can turn the fire off.
She looks over to Cricket.
Cricket's there. But you were saying something, Niku?
No, I won't be needed. Appreciate it, right?
That'd be so cool.
Actually, I do not want to dig a hole in the fireplace.
Coolness.
Sane reasons.
Coolness.
We have to blow up the fireplace up first. God.
Oh.
House that we live in, dear Raichi.
I'm saying that would be the method we have to do, right? I'm not saying you should do it. I'm just implying that would be the correct way.
See, she motions to everyone and points. See, this is why Charlotte is a genius. I would have never thought of that.
You were just blowing it up anyway, though.
She
doesn't. You don't think properly. You just do it.
You're so smart, Charlotte. Come on, let's get to work. And Raichi begins to drag Charlotte over to the fireplace.
Oh, jeez.
That's not how this works. Don't use my explosives.
It'll be
I
fine.
only have so many left.
It'll be fine. Come on, help me get it set up.
I have to
And
use it to
Jezebel
blow up another
gets
city first.
Come on, I've got some. I bought some with some money while we were out on the town.
Were those my monies?
No. It was my monies.
Actually, you never have monies. You spend it all on blood packs.
I do have monies, and they don't sell blood packs here.
You know where to get some now.
I mean, yes, I do. Enough! Come on, let's set these up. Rashi pulls out some homemade explosives that she made herself, Charlotte. She clearly made these herself, and she starts to she puts the fire out, of course, and then she starts to place them around the very, very hot fireplace.
Charlotte takes a step back.
Do we need to blow up the fireplace?
You can't convince her not to, Flora. I'm sorry, your fireplace is no more.
Cricket, are you okay with this?
Cricket turns and picks up Cicada, and then he pulls you all the way to the other side of the room. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and there's an explosion! Corax?
Behind the table.
Corax? You did not get away in time. Let me just, roll some numbers here. Let's say,
That's gonna be quite a bit of fire damage.
Is there any kind of saving throw?
yeah, I'll give you a dex saving throw to dive out of the way.
There you
Okay. So you take half damage.
5 fire damage.
20 40.
Uh,
How many did you make?
I just used all the ingredients! Raichi is now on the ground and covered in burns.
3rd-degree burns. Hooray!
There's also now a hole in the building.
Griswold just sitting against the wall outside by the horses, just like shaking her head and just looking out to the sky.
Yeah, like Korax is just sitting there, and then slowly lay on hand 6 effects, and all the scorch marks just go away.
So that's why we've never had Raichi fight out with us the entire time she's been with us.
She causes more of the damages than they do.
Didn't she
What?
shed with a wrench?
Raichi,
Correct.
Raichi's still laying on the ground and in clear pain, but she says, "Well, it worked."
Charlotte just pats her head with a cure wound. Several. All right. Yeah. I know, Reggie. You did good. Don't worry. Yeah, you did good, Reggie. It's okay. Yeah.
I won't do it again. I'm sorry.
I hope you learned.
Anyway,
Well,
Okay.
well, Raichi, I'll give you credit for one thing. It really did in fact work on you.
So,
yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I have to build a kind of a roof so you don't burn getting into that hole. Now I have to make as well. This is before I can make the water attachments now too. One more cure wounds. I hope you learn your lesson. Alright.
We're going to have to pay for the damages, aren't we?
I also have to give someone's arm up in exchange for Raichi not to die.
Clara offers.
Alright, Flora. Left or right?
Even though
Well,
we
which
have
is
no
more
idea
important?
what's going. Even though we have no idea what will happen.
Actually, never mind.
But here's a fun fact for you, Neku. The only reason Raichi is alive, and was alive when you found her, is because she's a vampire.
Fair. She saved her
That's-
own life by being silly. Really manipulatable.
The only reason she survives her own antics is because she's got regeneration.
And she's undead, so...
She follows the rules of vampires better than the rules of actually living. Alright. Charlotte tries to drag her body, which Charlotte's not very strong. She's dragging very slowly and painfully onto the couch.
Fortunately for you, Raichi just transforms into a bat form and you can just place it down. So now you've got this really badly burnt and mangled bat sitting on the couch.
Charlotte pokes the tummy of the bat. Now we learn better, right?
Squeak.
Alright, so I
You
thought now you
can
can
talk
talk.
on right if you want it.
I know you can talk in bat form, right, Chief? I appreciate the attempt of trying to become cute.
Shit. You're onto me. I'll drink something later, thank you. I'm not too sure how abomination blood tastes, and I'm kind of feeling really woozy at the moment.
Alright.
Okay.
Well, I'll be back then later. Alright, Chief. I'm gonna go make this the thing now. Right. Jet boots. Underwater jet boots. Yeah, sounds good. Bye.
But I want to watch your makeup. Charlotte. Alright, so Cicada, feel free to just go say your character goes to bed.
Yeah.
No, I got a better idea. Cricket lifts you up and then says, you're coming with me. And then he takes you up to your bed and tucks you in.
Okay.
Aww.
And then his hands cup and a book appears in them, and then a chair appears and he sits down and he begins to read you a bedtime story.
I don't.
I
don't
am
get
upstairs,
the
right?
story.
I am upstairs. I witnessed them enter the room like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Once upon a time, there was a crow. This crow was very pretty, and she was loved by many people, especially tieflings.
She's just
Especially
accepted.
tieflings.
You don't have to yell.
She just accepts it at this point and just closes her eyes
And-
and goes to sleep.
So basically, the story he tells you is just a basic retelling of all the events that have happened, but with the praise for you ramped up to 20.
Oh. Okay then.
Awesome.
Alright.
The best bard propaganda I ever heard.
For example, and so, and so, and so, like a phoenix, the bird spread her 2 wings, and they blossomed into 4. And it was, and she could fly, and it was really good. She was happy.
That's really cool stuff.
Alright.
All right, good night.
Good night.
Night.
So, yeah, you also get to hear the bedtime story, Shell.
There's metal banging in the other room.
Either way, is there anything else anyone would like to do before we wrap this session?
Yeah. I still
Just
got
one
things
thing.
now. I'd like to look into prices on scuba gear.
Well,
We're gonna need it soon.
there isn't a lot of scuba gear so much in that the plastic kind. There's some gear, but it's all mostly made out of wooden stuff, and like there's no goggles because I mean, it's just not something that a lot of people need. So
Hold on.
what I'm saying is you can get it custom made, but you won't be able to get a specific air quote scuba gear.
Yeah, looking. Okay, I'm on Google now, and yeah, a latest this world would have would be those old timey diving suits.
Yeah. Like it wasn't like they weren't really made until like I believe it was close to World War One where everyone decided, holy crap, the world sucks. Let's find something to do instead of that.
I like bombs. Let's go back to World War II.
Well, diving suits go back to like the early 1700s. So
Yeah. You know what? But I mean, its popularity didn't really explode until that point.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll get into all that stuff when we resume because if I mention prices now, everyone's just gonna forget them by the next time we play.
fair point.
Mhm.
Yeah, there was what. Yeah, there's one other thing I wanted to do, but thinking about that would actually be better placed after this whole thing with the Leviathan is concluded. So I'm going to delay that.
Alright, as long as you don't forget about it.
I won't.
Alright, then with that, is there any other final bits? You had something, Neku?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Charette was going to try to do the prototype for the water boat. What to do there
Alright.
for movement. His breathing is the problem. And
Okay.
when she finishes, and whenever she finishes it, she will like periodically try to of course, for her own volition and safety within the rights, she would try to actually donate more of her blood before it as safety.
Alright. Yeah. Raji is, of course, grateful, and, you know, she just comments that she's happy to see that you're feeling better.
Takes a minute. Charlotte replies and then just goes.
Yeah. So, for the prototype stuff, I'd need to think on that. So, give me. Since we're having a break, I'll think over it over the break and let you know just basically what materials. You can make it, I will say that. What materials it takes and all that stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, it is within your power to make something like that. So, any final bits before we wrap this session up?
Ryu is looking into the old journal he has to see if there was any point where Kagura and the others were given a task by Sashila.
No, normally when they asked him, he just did it. He just did what they asked him to do. If someone hadn't demanded that he give you guys a quest, he probably wouldn't have.
Talk. I guess he just took things, and I guess he just took matters a lot more seriously back then.
Alright. So, any other bits and bobs?
I'm thinking Clara will sleep down here since her mother's in her bed. This also means that everyone downstairs will get to see her having nightmares when we get back.
Yep, because you are indeed having nightmares. So, since everyone's ready, I'm not going to leave you guys with nothing to look forward to. Which is why, Jezebel,
Well,
you're outside, aren't you?
yes.
I was actually going to be just about to head outside as well.
Alright. Well, as you're stepping outside, Corax, and you're outside, Jezebel, the sky above you turns red. The sun is still in the sky, and it's still daytime. But now it's red instead of blue.
Jezebel immediately stands up and glares at the sky. You are saying this too, dear, yes?
Corax, that was directed at you.
Yeah, and Korax just looks at it. It slowly raises a hand to her eyes. World's slowest facepalm seeing this.
Good. Not just me then. She says, still glaring to the sky.
Can't just be one bloody crisis at a time, can it?
A sharp cry echoes out. And you all see a phoenix fly by, heading north.
Jezebel's eyes widen in recognition, By the way, is this the Phoenix I think it is?
You can't tell from this distance. The sky is still red, even as it flies away. And soon enough, it's out of view.
Alright, so again, Jezebel's eyes are wide in recognition as she gives open mouth like, ah, and smiles and goes, oh dear.
And that's where we'll end the session. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you after the break. Have a wonderful holiday. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yay.